hear me? Can you hear me, Liz? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, welcome. Hi, so this is day 2 of our 21-day yoga challenge. So yesterday we did a classical sun salutation, and today we're going to just add a little bit onto that. So we're going to do a Sun Salutation A, but let's get warmed up first. So if you're seated, if you want to maybe raise your hips up slightly, I'd suggest either a pillow or a block, just to lift your hips up a little bit higher. It just tilts your pelvis, so there's less pressure on your hips, and it helps you just to grow a little bit taller. I'm going to do it as well on the hard floor. So, right, so seated, you can either have legs crossed, or if that doesn't feel comfortable, just toes, feet together. And you want to slowly start to stretch into your inner thighs and see if you can get those knees nice and low. So whatever's comfortable for you. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, sigh the breath out. Then just lick your lips and rest your tongue inside the roof of your mouth. Let your jaw relax. Let your cheekbones relax, your eyelids relax, and let your shoulders slowly start to melt away. So feel everything slowly relax. Allow your sit bones to ground down into that pillow, and just see if you can grow any taller. So see if you can lengthen through your spine. See if you can lift your head. Then just slowly drop your chin down to your chest. So you're just going to let everything go. Any tension at the top of your neck, just let it go. Taking a deep inhale in through the nose and sigh the breath out. And just bring your hands to your heart, your hands in prayer. We're just going to make set an intention for our practice this morning. So just acknowledging everything that's going on around us and the fact that we can only control how we feel and how we act. So let's just create some space to breathe. Let's create some space to just accept what's going on, and just know that we can be the best we can be, making these habits. So just take a moment, take a breath, breathe it in and breathe it out. And then slowly start to reach your hands up over your head. So keeping your palms together, reaching your hands up, high, 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 high. Arms nice and straight, and roll your shoulders away from your ears. You want to keep that space between your ears and your shoulders, pointing your fingertips. You're going to grab hold of or interlace your third and fourth fingers, baby fingers touching, and you're going to release the top finger up to the ceiling. So you're just sharing your energy, reaching up tall, rolling those shoulders back, engaging into your triceps as you stretch your arms up. Then you're going to separate your hands. It's just releasing your palms, fingertips active. You're going to turn those pinky fingers in. And I just want you to be quite mindful of how your arms are moving. So really reach those hands in, and you're going to stretch your arms up as straight as you can and roll those shoulders back. Chest stays open. Breathing in here. Exhale, turning your palms to the opposite side, and just allow your hands to come down to the side. So your fingertips are outside your hips now. You're going to use your left hand and just walk your left fingertips out to the side. Bend the left elbow. You're going to keep the chest open, nice and fluid. Almost turn, look up to the right. Reach your right hand up. Stretch into the right side. And you're going to just reach that right hand over to the left as you exhale. So deep breath into the lengthen, chest stays open. Exhale, bend the left elbow, reach the right hand over. Just feel that stretch on the right side of your torso. Check your neck. You might want to look down to your left wrist. You may want to stay looking up to your right wrist. Just notice how everything feels. Another deep breath in. Exhale, reach over to the left a little bit more, and then come back up to center. You're going to swap sides. Right hand comes onto the floor. Find those spider fingers. Walk the right hand out to the right. Bend the right elbow. Really fluidly open up through the left side of your chest. Look up. Look up at those left fingertips. Reach up towards you. Inhale. Exhale. You're going to reach over to the right. So you want to keep the chest nice and open here. So work on rolling the top shoulder back over your top ear. Look down to your right wrist and look up to your left wrist. Reach out a little bit more over to the right. Then come up to the center with both hands up. Reach those hands together, interlace your fingers. You're going to flip the palms, you're going to push your hands up to the ceiling, hands interlace, really roll those shoulders back, breathing in. Exhale, release your hands down to the side. We're going to take a really tiny twist. Left hand comes behind your left hip, right hand over to your left knee. Sit up tall and then look over the left shoulder. So just gently, just easing yourself, breathing and twisting. Coming up to the center, swapping sides, so left hand to right knee, right hand comes behind you. Roll the shoulders, lift up and look over the right shoulder. Deep breath in, deep breath out, and come back onto the center. We're going to roll forwards onto your hands and knees. So we're going to come into your cat-cow position. So your hands and knees, just before you move, check your alignment. So I like to just say, shoulders are tracking your wrists, knees, and hips are tracking your ankles. And if you just imagine your thumbs are together, so you're just looking down inside your thumbs. They don't actually have to be touching, but they're in the same line. And you're looking down inside those thumbs, the crown of your head shoots forward, your sit bone shoots back, your spine is nice and neutral, and there's no dips anywhere. So before we move, I just want you to just start to breathe and become aware of your pelvic floor. So as you inhale, I want you to imagine you're tightening your jeans and really trying to get some really tight jeans up. And you're drawing your belly back up towards your spine. So hugging your ribs underneath you, hugging your belly button in, engaging into your pelvic floor, breathing in, hug that belly. And then as you exhale, you're going to drop your belly down. So really let everything go and push your hips up to the ceiling. Roll your shoulders back and open up through your chest as you look up. Then as you exhale, remember how we were hugging that belly up into your spine. You're going to tuck your sit bone under and squeeze your belly, hug that belly in, tighten those jeans and stretch your shoulders up to the ceiling. Look down to tuck the chin into your chest. We're going to take 4 rounds. So breathe in and just release the belly. Drop your chest forward and look up. Lovely dip in your lower back and push your hips up to the ceiling as high as you can. Exhale, round your spine. So tuck the pelvis under, hug your belly button up towards your spine, stretch the shoulders. Inhale and drop the belly, tilt the pelvis, hips up, chest forward, look up. Exhale and round it out. So tuck that sit bone under, stretch the shoulders up. Inhale, belly down, hips up, chest forward. Exhale, round it out. Last one, inhale, drop the belly, hips up, look up. Then as you exhale, round it out, tuck the sit bone under and stretch your shoulders up really high. We're going to do a little bit of an energizing breath here. We're going to move through our cat-cow really, really fast, okay? So you're going to just really focus, breathe in, sharp breath, drop the belly. Exhale, round it out. Inhale. Exhale, so it gets quite fierce here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, see if you can speed it up a little bit more. One more. And release. Sit back into a child's pose. Toes together. Sit on those hips. Hands forward. Reach the head down. Lengthen through the spine. Just rock into your hips. Rock into your shoulders. Breathing in, breathing out. Noticing how all that blood's coming into your face. And just let your breath settle. On the next inhale, coming back up to your tabletop position. So we should feel nice and warm now. You should feel quite toned in your tummy, ready to kind of get more energy here. So come back into your tabletop position. I'm just going to stretch into the legs and wrists. So right foot comes to the back, tuck the right toe. You're going to rock forwards and backwards. So here is where you can explore and just kind of move intuitively. So it may not feel nice coming forward onto your wrists. It may feel lovely, but you may want to kind of ease off. So just do whatever feels good for you. Come to stop and then lift the right leg up. You're going to flex that right foot away from you. Really shoot the toes down to the floor and the heel up back behind you. Engaging into your legs, so your right thigh is really starting to engage. Imagine you're drawing that kneecap up towards your hip. You're going to squeeze your right thumb. You're drawing your belly in, so you're just tightening that belt, drawing those jeans in nice and tight. Squeeze everything in nice and strong. When you're ready, left hand comes forward and your left hand's active, okay? So keep those fingers active, arms active. Inhaling Exhale, release, left hand down, right knee down. Just take a child's pose just to lengthen the spine, rock through the hips, and slowly walk your hands back towards your knees. You can sit on your hips, bring your hands together. So we're just going to do a little bit of conditioning in your wrists. Hands together, really push those hands together, elbows out to the side. And then we're going to just slowly turn the hands. So you're going to just draw your fingertips back in towards your chest, and then rotate your hands and just bring them up around. So just have a little play. I'll come forward a little bit. So you're just kind of having a play. Just kind of relax, releasing any tension in your wrists. Breathing here. And then we're going to come back down into your tabletop position, and we'll do the same on the other side. So when you're ready, hands and knees. Left foot comes to the back, tuck the left toe. And again, just breathing and exploring, just moving here, nice and intuitively. Really stretching that heel down if you can, stretching into the calf, coming forwards and backwards. And then when you're ready, just lift that left foot up. And we're not coming high, you're just going to have your ankle in line with your hip, your toe shoots down to the floor, heel shoots back. You're drawing your belly back towards your spine, you're engaging everything. So that leg's really strong. When you're ready, right hand comes out. So your right hand's active. You can stay looking down, just so you've got your neck in line, neck and head in line. Reaching that right hand forward, breathing in. Exhale, releasing back into your child's pose. Toes together, sit back on those heels. Walk your hands forward, stretching into your child's pose, drop your head down. Slowly starting to breathe and relax here. Rocking into your hips. See if you can walk those hands any further away from you. Breathing, letting it all go. Slowly walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Bring yourself back into your tabletop position. Now we're going to come up into a downward dog. We're going to do it slowly though. So hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Tuck your toes, lift your knees up. Couple of breaths, couple of inches off the floor, sorry. Couple of breaths here. And then as you exhale, sit your hips back towards your heels so you can slowly start to lift your hips up with your knees bent and torso touching your thighs. And as you breathe, you're going to slowly unravel and let those hips come up to the ceiling and slowly drop your heels down. When you're here, you're going to roll those shoulders away from your ears and start to paddle your feet. So bend the left knee, drop the right foot, and swap sides. Bend the right knee, drop the left foot. Do a couple more times. All the while, you're lifting those hips up as much as you can, lengthening into the back of the legs, lengthening into the back of your arms. Your shoulders are really moving away. Your arms are engaged. Imagining your top of your arms are rotating inwards so those triceps start to switch on. Take your feet a little bit wider than the mat now. Draw those heels down. Lift the hips up. Draw your chest back towards your thighs. Deep breath in here. Come up high on your tiptoes. Walk your feet back to hip distance apart. Bend your knees. Walk your hands towards your feet or your feet to your hands. We're going to come into your forward fold. So heads down low, looking at your knees. Breathing in here and breathing out. And you can bring your hands either behind your shins, just to make some traction to lift your hips up, or maybe just having them hanging out in front of you. So again, it's a way to explore what feels good. And if you want to imagine you're bringing all of your weight forward onto the balls of your feet so your hips lift up as high as they can. Taking a deep breath in, sighing the breath out, and then slowly unraveling. So imagining someone is pulling you up from your shoulders. So really rounding the top of your back. So your shoulders come up, your head's the last thing. You're going to come up to stand, finding your mountain pose. And in your mountain pose, just give yourself a moment to let the blood settle. Hands are outside your hips. Roll the shoulders up and back. So a couple of rolls here. Keep breathing. And come forward. And just standing here, you're going to just lift up your toes. So your weight's coming back towards your heels. Lifting up your toes. Now we're going to roll forward onto your toes, lifting up your heels. And back down. Rock back, lift the toes. And forward, lift the heels. And back, lift the toes. Forward, lift the heels. Good. Drop the heels down. As you breathe in, bring your arms up over your head. As you breathe out, hands come down through your heart center. Really good. Okay, so make sure you're standing at the top of your mat. I'm just going to go on a little angle so you can see where I'm going. So you're going to make sure you're standing at the top of your mat and you've got space to move back. So you've got whole leg space. So we're going to run through the Sun Salutation A. So your feet are hip distance apart. And to come into your mountain pose, I just want you to have a little bit of a focus on where everything is. So ankles are under your hips, hips are under your shoulders. And if you can just imagine doing a Michael Jackson thrust, so just push your hips forward, draw that pelvis up, tilt forward, belly's hugged in towards your spine. So everything's nice and strong in your core. Hands are outside your hips. Soft knees. You're going to breathe in, reach your arms up over your head. And as you exhale, you're going to hinge forward. So soft knees, hinge forward, fold all the way down into your forward fold. Sweep the palms up onto your shins, roll the shoulders back, draw the chest forward and your hips are back. And you're going to have your halfway lift. As you exhale, bend the knees and fold that down. So tuck your head inside those knees. Bring your hands outside your feet. Right foot comes to the back. So when you're here, you're going to keep that left knee tracking the left ankle. Hands are outside your feet. You're going to roll forward and backwards. Just again, being curious here. So just noticing how everything feels stretching into those hip flexors. And then dropping your right knee down, releasing the right foot. You're going to bring your arms up. Okay, so engaging here. Imagine you're hugging your inner thighs together. Fingers active, look up at those fingertips. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, both hands come down. Take the left foot to the back. Come into your tabletop, and then we're going to come straight into the plank. Right foot to the back, left foot to the back. Hold it here. Inhaling. As you exhale, you're going to roll forward onto your toes. Chest comes over your wrists, and then bend your knees. Elbows are tight, tucked into your torso. You're going to draw your chest forward, elbows tucked in, chest forward, chest forward, chest forward, lowering down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everything's on the floor. Slide back, hands are under your shoulders. Look down, point your toes away from you. As you breathe in, elbows are tucked, palms up, look up, then hands on the floor. We're going to come back into a downward dog. Push yourself up. Find your downward dog. You can come into a tabletop and then move up through the stages, or just come shoot straight back up and find that dog. Take a deep breath in and out. All right, now's the fun bit. You're going to root down through that left heel, point the right toe, stretch up. And then bring that right foot up to the front. So hug it up in towards your knee towards your nose, and then right foot at the front of your mat, so you come back into that lunge. This time we're lunging on the right leg here. Look forward, drop the left knee, release the left foot, sweep the arms up. Breathing in, exhale, both hands come down. Release the right foot back, finding that tabletop position, then move straight into your plank. Right foot back, left foot back, engage into your core, look down. Breathing in. As you exhale again, rolling forward, so you're on those tiptoes, your chest is over your wrist, bend the knees down, release the feet, elbows tucked in nice and tight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lowering down. Everything's on the floor, hands are under your shoulders. Point those toes away from you. Inhale, lift the palms up and look up. Exhale, hands on the floor. Sit back into your child's pose. So knees to the side, toes together. Sit down on your heels. Reach your hand forward. And just have 5 breaths. just to let everything reset. Really good. When you're ready, slowly bring yourself back up into your tabletop position. Find your downward dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, draw your heels down to the floor. Look up at your navel and pedal your feet out. So bend the left knee and swap sides, bend the right knee. And again, bend the left knee and bend the right knee. Good, heels come down. Root down through the right foot, point the left toe, lift up to the sky, and then bring your left knee up in towards your nose and plant your left foot at the front. So you're coming into that lunge on your left foot again. Come up onto those fingertips, look forward, roll the shoulders back. Then as you exhale, bend the knee, straighten the left leg, bend the right leg, and jump forward with your right foot. Find that forward fold. Looking at your knees. On the next inhale, you're going to rise up all the way. Palms together and exhaling, hands to your heart. Well done. So we're going to do that one again without the bent knee at the beginning. So we'll go straight into a plank as opposed to coming up into a crescent lunge. So when you're ready, come back to stand at the top of the mat. Get that energy flowing for lunchtime. Root down through your feet, hips are nice and tight, so thrust the pelvis forward, engage into your pelvic floor, hands outside your hips, soften your knees, inhale, rise up, palms together, exhale, soften the knees and hinge forward, come down into that forward fold. Inhale, palms to your shins, roll the shoulders back, lengthen through the hamstrings and draw your chest forward. Exhale to fold, head down, bend the knees, hands outside your feet, right foot comes to the back, bending into the left knee, look forward, keep the hands on the floor, take the left foot to the back, straight into your plank. Now you've got an option here, you can either drop the knees down or you can bend your elbows and come all the way down into a yoga push-up. So if you want to drop the knees down and tuck your elbows in nice and tight, or you can come forward, bend the knees, and lower down with your knees on the floor. So bend the elbows with your knees on the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lowering down. Good, hands out underneath your shoulders. Look down, roll your shoulders up. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hands on the floor. And lift yourself back up into your downward dog. And there you're gonna have 3 breaths to rest. Hips up high, belly up, looking up at your navel. Roll those shoulders away from you. Push down through your fingers, knuckles, and wrists. Taking a deep breath in. And sigh the breath out. 2 more of those. And again. Last one. Root down through that right foot, point the left toe up to the sky, bring the left knee up towards your nose, plant your left foot at the front, finding that lunge on your left foot. Look forward, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back. Then ground the hands down, left foot comes back, finding that plank straight away. Again, if you want to keep the knees up, you're welcome to bend the elbows nice and tight. You're going to come forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, belly on the floor, point those toes away from you. Hands underneath your shoulders. Breathe in and roll the shoulders, look up. Exhale, hands on the floor. Sit back into that child's pose. Knees nice and wide. Sit down on those heels. Head comes down, reaching your hands forward. And breathe. Three breaths here. Last one. Slowly, when you're ready, walk your hands back towards your knees and just swing yourself round so that you're sitting, feet on the floor, knees are bent. Make sure you've got space behind you. You're going to sit up nice and tall and bring your hands outside so they're like opposite each other. Fingertips are active. Roll those shoulders back. Inhale and sit up tall. As you exhale, you're going to roll down for 5. So the same way we roll up, the middle of your shoulders are pulling you down. So hug your belly in. You're making that C shape. Tuck your chin into your chest and roll down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Laying back. Lift the knees up. Hug your knees up into your chest. Give them a big hug and rock from side to side. Massage your lower back. Breathe in here and out. Okay, we're going to stretch your legs up to the ceiling and flex your feet. Hands come behind your knees and then point your toes, bring your toes down towards your heels. While we're on the floor, we're going to do one more core and then we're going to relax. So we're going to just roll forwards and backwards, bring ourselves up to a boat position. So drawing the knees back, bring yourself forward, touch the floor with your toes and back again. Do 3. So rolling up, touch toes, rolling up, touch the toes. And then your last one, we're going to come all the way up and you're going to have your legs parallel to the floor, knees together, flex those feet, chest is up nice and high. Draw everything into the midline, take the left hand out to the side and right. Hold it here. Squeeze everything in. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Point those toes. Lengthen your legs. Lower down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everything's resting on the floor. So have those hands outside your hips. You can draw your knees in and give yourself another hug. Massage your lower back. Rotate your ankles, whatever feels nice. Maybe just lifting your head up. Knees come towards your forehead. Squeeze it all in. And then release. Slowly, you're going to stretch your left leg down onto the floor. Hug your right knee in nice and tight. So we're going to take a little twist, a nice lying down twist. You're going to grab hold of your right knee with your left hand and your right hand comes out to the side towards your right shoulder. So if you've not got space to extend, just bend your elbow. Drawing your right knee over to the left. You want to look over your right shoulder here. Breathing, twisting, just signaling to your body now that it's time to relax. And come back to the center. Hug your knees. Rock from side to side and then swap sides. Right leg comes down. Grab hold of your left knee with your right hand. Left hand comes out to the side. You're going to look over your left shoulder and draw your left knee over to the right. Just twisting here. And then slowly coming back to the center, hugging your knees again one last time. And then allowing everything to come down. So we're coming into our Shavasana, our relaxation pose. Point those toes away from you, hands just rest outside your hips. Close your eyes and just let your breath come in and out. Notice how your belly rises as you inhale, falls as you exhale. You're going to squeeze everything in towards your nose, so nice big tight face, and then let everything go. Maybe have a big yawn, rock your jaw, lick your lips. Then just let the tip of your tongue just rest inside the roof of your mouth. And softly relax, slow down, feeling supported, being still. When you're ready, start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, maybe roll your ankles and wrists. Then draw your knees back up in towards your chest and roll over onto your right side. Just resting, enjoying the last few moments of stillness. And then when you're ready, slowly work your way up to a seated position. And we'll seal our practice and go back about our day. Nice and energized. Hands just on your knees, roll your shoulders. Just going to do a couple of circles of your hips, so bringing your chest forward and round. Breathing, just checking in. How does everything feel? And then just coming to stillness. Bring your hands to your heart. Fold your forehead down so your fingertips just brush your third eye. We'll seal our practice.